Hey fam, this is Hector Mirai, and you're listening to Faith and Fandom 180 on LTN Radio. So the internet's been all abuzz today as we got our first official image from Deadpool 3, showing Ryan Reynolds back as Deadpool. Nobody ever is really surprised by that, but what really blew the lid off the internet was the fact that Hugh Jackman is back as Wolverine, and for the first time on screen, Hugh Jackman is wearing the classic yellow and blue Wolverine costume. Now, if you're a longtime Marvel fan of comics or animation, you know that for a very long period, Wolverine's costume was yellow and blue, especially like in the cartoon series or in Astonishing X-Men comics, things like that. It's been iconic. In fact, it was even teased in a deleted scene from a previous X film, but we've never seen Wolverine in that costume the way he's supposed to be. And that's one of the things that happens a lot with superhero movies. Oftentimes they take what we're used to in terms of costumes and design, and they'll give us something we might think is more believable or more realistic or whatever. For whatever reason, they don't want to give the, book accurate depiction because maybe it's a little odd, maybe it's a little too hard to swallow, whatever. And this kind of proves that we could handle it, because the entire internet very collectively was like, that's exactly what we want. That's exactly what we've been waiting on. Where's this been our whole lives? And it just kind of reminded me that, when we aren't appearing as we should be, people recognize it. And it reminded me of this verse in Colossians 3 verse 12 of what it looks like when the church actually shows up in the outfit that it's supposed to be wearing. Colossians 3:12 says, "Therefore, as God's chosen people, holy and dearly loved, clothe yourselves with compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience." Just like the world kind of freaked out and said, hey, that's what Wolverine is supposed to look like. That's the response the church gets when we actually show up with compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience. The world can look and say, hey, that's what the church is supposed to look like. If you'd like to learn more about Faith and Fandom, head on over to faithandfandom.org, where you can learn about our Comic-Con ministry, podcast, memes, apparel, and book series. You can even read new chapters before they make it to the next book. I'm Hector Mirai, and thank you for spending the last 180 seconds with me.